very excited to be here. My name is Sean Hatton. I will be moderating this panel, but for the most part, this is a Q&A, so feel free to ask your questions of Morena. There are microphones on the left and the right side of the auditorium over here, so if you have any questions for her, if you know that you just need to ask her something that she's never been asked before, something that you need to hear from her personally as she looks right into your eyes to answer, you may get up, get ready to ask the questions. We've got people on either side of the auditorium ready to assist you. We'll be bringing her out shortly. Please give a warm welcome to Morena. Expo.
Thank you.
You've done a lot of these Q&As before, I understand.
Quite a few.
Yeah, you're a familiar face in the nerd world.
Yep.
I do use the term nerd with affection.
Me
as
too.
Self-professed nerd. You do take on a lot of roles that would,
Nerd-worthy.
You've done a lot of comic stuff, lots of sci-fi. What attracts you to a role when you get that pitch? Hey, we want you in our movie, in our TV show. What are you looking for?
What will the nerds like? That's my criteria. I honestly love you guys very, very much, as you know, because I keep coming to these things. But I just try to find roles that speak to me, that I find interesting in some way, or are a challenge, or something that I haven't done before.
Excellent. Something that I think a lot of people have recently seen you in, obviously, is Deadpool, which is absolutely fantastic. Probably one of my favorite Marvel movies. Obviously, this is something that you'd been involved in a lot longer than we had, with the production, post-production, whatever parts you needed to do for that. What was it like for you to see the audience reaction to this film?
I have to say I was very surprised. I knew that Deadpool was sort of another sort of cult favorite, as Firefly had been, and I knew the character is not particularly one that people are very familiar with. I wasn't familiar with who he was until I went in and researched the part, and immediately fell in love with that character. He's so, just met him, he's amazing. And so I thought, it's for a specific select group of people who get it, and some people who get it will get it and will love it. But I didn't know that it would be so mainstream, so that was a really big surprise, pleasant one.
Excellent. Well, I'd like to get things rolling since we've got a lineup on either side of the stage. Let's go over here.
Hi, Morena.
Where are you? Hold on.
It's coming from over there.
Oh, hi.
Like many millions of people who love Deadpool, I found it hard to be able to contain my laughter throughout most of the movie. Was there a scene that you were filming with Ryan that no matter how many times you try to film it, you would just keep breaking character, or you were Ryan would keep breaking characters?
Every scene, basically. Seriously. I mean, going to work was so much fun, and we worked really hard. You have to really be on it, be familiar with the character, familiar with the script, in order to be able to play around like that. And he was just so great at one-liners, but he works very meticulously, and it was really, really fun, but it was a lot of hard work.
Great, thank you.
All right, let's go switch things up. Let's go to this side.
Hi, thank you for being here.
Hi.
I had the pleasure of attending Jewel State's panel in this same room on Friday, and she shared with us a story about when you were shooting Serenity.
Okay.
And she tricked you into going onto the Van Helsing haunted house. What I was hoping is if we could hear that story from your perspective, and if there are any other
We were shooting at Universal for Serenity, and there was a scene we were waiting to start shooting, but it was whatever they were at the moment shooting was taking a lot longer than anticipated, and so we were sitting in our trailers pretty bored for hours and hours and hours, and Jewel was like, let's go to Universal Studios and go on the rides. So we somehow got permission from production to let us go away for an hour or two. And she, of course, wanted to do everything I didn't want to do. I am a wuss when it comes to roller coasters or rides or anything. I mean, it's not my thing. Yeah, and she, of course, wanted to do everything that I didn't want to do. So there was some Van Helsing. She's like, it's gonna be really stupid. Just go in and I was like, no, I really don't want to. It's gonna creep me out. I'm not gonna sleep for days. She's like, I don't remember how she got me in there, but she did. And it was one of the most terrifying moments of my life. I am such a sucker for that stuff. And I remember this midget strapped to a bungee cord flying at me through the air. And he stopped literally here and got bounced back. And I was like, I'm out. And I just like walked away. It was horrifying.
That guy doesn't even work there.
He's trying to torture me.
Does that line up with what Jules said? Yes or no?
Yes, pretty much.
Pretty much. All right. Good to know. We've got our stories straight.
Hi, I just want to say I've loved you actually for a long time. I first started watching you on V and then continued watching you on Firefly and Deadpool.
Thank you.
Recently Gotham with my dad. So I was just wondering, with Gotham, like, was there any like a particular scene that you loved to film?
I really am enjoying the show. It's such a different relationship and dynamic that I've ever played. I really enjoyed that whole episode with the circus people and Jerome and the snake charmer and all that stuff. That whole episode was really, really fun. And there was a scene that Ben and I shot where we were looking for this hatchet in the middle of the night, and it was kind of a fun, funny scene between us, but also just really tense. So that was a blast.
Thank you.
All right. Robin?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Kian, this is my sister Scarlett.
Hi.
We were both wondering if you know what Pokemon Go is, and if so,
It's impossible to not know what it means because of everything that's going on, but I do not play. I am fascinated by it. Do you play?
yep.
I bet you do.
Are there any Pokemon on stage right now that we should be aware of, or are you guys freaking out?
Really sucks for Pokemon.
Oh. But it's awesome for Q&As, right? All right, Miss on this side.
Hello.
Hi.
I asked Jules State the same question, and I want to know your response. When you were filming Serenity, how did you feel when you learned that Wash was going to die?
Whoa. Spoiler alert first.
We were all shocked and appalled. But you know, when it comes to Joss, people kind of die all the time. They come back all the time. But there was suddenly, like, when we were reading the script and you're reading it and you're like, oh. And then you're going, wait, who's next? And then you just keep reading, like, am I gonna go next? Nobody ever felt safe. But we knew there was a possibility that, you know, were there sequels, that it's potentially, he wasn't gonna really be gone. I think. That's my opinion. No, but Joss never told me that, but that's what I think.
Does knowing when you're reading a script that your character's going to get killed off or something terrible is going to happen to you have any bearing on whether you decide to go to a Van Helsing haunted house or not?
I never want to do one of those ever again.
Okay. Understand. On this side of the stage.
I love being Serenity. My fiance made me watch all the Firefly, so I'm a huge fan.
He sounds horrible.
No, it's not. Anyway, after I watched the movie, I watched the series, I wanted to know how you felt. You never got to marry Nathan Fillion.
That's what you think. I love him. We're all very good friends, and you know, unfortunately, our story, our characters never really got fulfilled. But we all get to see each other quite a bit. It's really nice.
I think there might be some Tumblr blogs devoted to that kind of stuff. Yes, sir.
Hello, Morena.
Hi.
Thanks for being here. Just had a quick question. Obviously, with your roles, both Inara and then Vanessa and Deadpool, you have these strong female characters that are beautiful, obviously, because you're playing them, but also like... I had to get that in there, come on. But also had a sensual aspect to them, but without being objectified. In particular, like Inara was like the heart and soul of the show, and with Vanessa as well. is not about her just being this attractive woman. I just want to ask you a question as a hardworking female actor. How did you manage to succeed without being objectified in Hollywood? Do you find that's still a struggle for the up-and-coming female actors out there?
I think it just depends on how you represent yourself and what you want to do and the roles you want to take. You know, there are plenty of roles that I could take that would not be so strong or emotionally driven, you know, that would be just about sex or just about violence or whatever it is, the subject matter. But it's important to me that I don't play those roles. And so it's just, you know, you don't often get to choose your jobs, but you can choose the things you don't do.
Thank you so much.
That's good advice for everyone here, by the way.
Hi.
So you've been in so much sci-fi now. Is there a world that you've been a part of, a time that you just fell in love with?
There are several. Firefly was a very, very special time for all of us. It was my first TV job, and it was a really, really special moment in my time. I feel similarly, you know, about every job that I take has a special meaning. There are jobs that are just jobs, but the ones that you guys are fans of is because probably there's a lot of love put into it. You know, Gotham is an amazing time, you know, it's an amazing show to be a part of, an amazing time in my life, and similarly Deadpool was just an incredible character and an incredible world to dive into. So there's always just a little bit of specialness to everything.
Thank you.